Hi, hello, good morning. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining me today. Today I'm going to be painting Shu. So this will be a sort of a coloring stream, but not quite. I'm going to be painting her in a grayscale, which will demonstrate how I shade or render, whichever you like to use. It's essentially like finding the colors without using the colors yet. It's how you first learn how to shade before you actually paint with real colors. Yeah, painting, yeah. So I'm going to be doing that. I think about right here. Okay, let's get two windows up so you can see what I'm doing. Actually, I'm gonna have to not use that because I'm gonna need all the space that I can get. Because I need to see what I'm doing, and I also have to change between different colors. Let's see here. I want to use this brush. Yeah, good. So for skin, we're going to use a neutral color, but a little bit lighter. Pass over it. I'm going to use something denser. Yeah. What I'm doing will make sense in a moment once I've done all the base colors down. And then you'll see how I shade things. I'm also going to convert this black line that I have here to a more neutral color, or at least a lighter color, so that I can blend it with the grayscale a bit better. Oh, good morning, Mr. Bro, and good morning, the loving Obito. Hello, hello, welcome to the stream. I'm doing a grayscale painting. Make sure everything's filled in. This will be the... How am I doing? I'm doing pretty well. I thought I was tired when I woke up this morning, but I just need some like exercise and breakfast to wake up. So I'm pretty alert. I'm definitely ready for the stream. I'm more than prepared to stream. I just had to do something with my stream elements. I had to re-log in with some stuff, and that was taking a while. I thought I was going to be late to my own stream, but I was able to resolve that problem in a timely fashion. Good. Oh, you're also alright? Okay, that's good. Are you going to go live soon? Is that it? You always seem to go live. Actually, you should be live right now. You always go live around 9:30. My time, anyway. You stream on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Friday. Ah, I see. It is Tuesday. Thanks for joining me. Unfortunately, I won't be around tomorrow. I think. Yeah, it's tomorrow. Well, maybe. Will I be able to? No, unfortunately, I won't be. Because tomorrow I have a long travel day. That's why. I thought I can make time for a stream, but no, I have a long travel day. While I'm painting her, you'll draw your character a cloth. Oh, okay. Sounds fun, yeah. I am busy. Let's see. Tomorrow, Thursday, and... Is it Friday? I think it was Friday. Let me check, actually. I keep forgetting my schedule because my schedule keeps changing, and it's not within my control. Okay, so I'll be gone tomorrow and Thursday. Yesterday was a sad day for you? Oh, what happened? The Xbox 360 marketplace shut down officially. Oh, wow. I didn't think it'd be this soon, actually. Well, the 360 has been out for how many years? How many years has it been? Yeah, 2005. Wow. They kept it going for that long. Huh. Interesting. That's actually way longer than I thought it would go. Well, naturally, now that I think about it, they announced something regarding it a while ago, but I lost track of the news because I don't do Microsoft products. I don't have a Xbox or anything like that. But it's still interesting to like keep up with that type of news, you know? You can still play your games there, of course, just permanently offline, yeah. I mean, that was... actually, that's not the case with Nintendo's online store. You have to buy everything, otherwise it's gone forever. I know, like, games preservation is, like, important, but it's also very difficult to do. Especially with all these, everything must be digital. You don't own your stuff, which is ridiculous. You don't own what you bought. granted, I actually do have a question regarding games preservation. Are games like shovelware worth preserving? Even if there are on multiple platforms? Or is that one of the exceptions that we can allow to fall through the wayside? I often wondered about that. Like, I understand you want to preserve indie games and certain games that will never be remade or re-released. But games like, I don't know, those games made for children or little girls or little boys, you're not entirely sure? Yeah. I'm not sure if anyone would miss those, except the ones who would be interested in playing them. Oh, sorry, I'm answering a message. Okay. Oh yeah. Thank you, Sarah. Your character looks a lot better. Has a lot better hair. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, I was able to help you, even though I was very short on time. I'm glad I was of assistance. Oh, I should probably make it a habit of linking my Discord. I don't know. Now I'm getting us distracted again. Let's see. No, actually, I'll link the Discord in the description. Probably makes more sense. And so after the stream, I'll add my Discord link in the description box, and I'll also pin it on the Discord as well. Meditsu, sorry you're slightly late. You took a shower. Well, it's best to arrive clean anyway. I wonder if I should just use the fill tool. Would that be faster? It would be faster, but it's not quite clean. I want to say one of the reasons why I'm doing it this way, so I can keep track of the tone of everything. By which I mean, I want to make sure that certain colors pop out well, and for that to happen, you need to understand how it looks on a grayscale. For example, bright colors in grayscale are often the darkest, and lighter colors are often as close to white as possible. So I want to be a bit careful with Shu's skin. I realize I made it a bit too dark. She is rather fair-skinned, but her hair is also white, so I don't want to clash the colors too much. This is why I'm doing this first, so I can make those adjustments later. This is also how I painted that my OC, Siren, the pink-haired girl, if you saw her. I did that the same way, and I realized I had to change her grayscale, especially for her hair color, because it wasn't dark enough. Probably being a bit too... too tedious with this, but I just want to make sure I have everything. I guess I can clean up later. Because I do plan on painting over the line work that I did. Go back to hair. I realize there's some spots that I missed, like over here. I missed part of her eyebrow here. Over there. This is the great thing about digital painting. If you find a mistake that you did, you can just paint over it. And that's like one of the drawbacks to the line art. Because you want to preserve that line art look, you kind of like lose that effect. The horns are kind of whitish. Hello, chicken lover. Welcome to the stream. I love you, Beetle. You were playing Honkai Star Rail. You like it so far? Okay. Maybe you can try out Zenless Zone Zero, but I don't know. Metatsu, 5 years, but the base is still in beta. I know, right? It'll forever be in beta. That'll forever be the joke. I just think they don't know what to do with the base in Arknights. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna make adjustments soon. Look at her reference picture. Here's see it. Eyes are also this pale blue color. Interesting. There you go. There are certain parts I'm gonna keep white, and then I'm gonna render the shadows onto it, such as the whites of her eyes. Darkish color.
Let's look at the font.
2 viewers, I guess it's just me and Chicken Lover. Yeah, probably. I know, my stream gets placed on the second monitor, which, whatever. I'm not salty about it. But I do have periods where I don't say anything, so that's understandable.
Let's look at the font.
But it's nice when you guys hang with me. Necklace is interesting. Yeah, they're all stone colors. You're still here, Dharma? Okay, so it's Meditu, Dharma, Lover. Don't tease each other like that.
Let's look at the font.
Just joking. I never leave the stream. No fighting. It does seem like 3 are in the stream instead of 2. Yeah, I know there's like a view counter, but the view counter isn't all that consistent, in my opinion. I've had YouTube tell me I've gotten a certain amount of views on a video or a stream, and it turned out to be inaccurate. So nothing's truly consistent, especially if it's a live stream. Like, it's just a rough estimate. Because anybody can just pop in and pop out, and I believe, what did YouTube say? I believe YouTube counts a certain amount of time as a view, and I think that's 30 seconds. I don't know, when you're alone in the stream, the YouTube tell you 0. Yeah, that's true. And then there's like, as inconsistent as your art. Yeah, and then there's when I like get no viewers, which is fine, it doesn't matter. I stream mostly for myself because this is a recording of my progress. Sometimes it says it's 0, sometimes someone pops in and they're there for a bit. They check in and such. And YouTube counts that as a viewer. Okay, I just want to check the time, how long I've been doing this. It's only been a half hour, which is okay. What I was hoping for. Oftentimes I think I'm taking too long when I'm actually like fine. Roughly the same color. What I'm going to do here is, once I'm done with the base colors, I'm going to show you what I did. Because I'm going to be painting right on top of all my other layers. I'm going to be putting the shadow right on top. I know that's like sacrilege to beginners, but that's how you learn. You learn by, create, destroy, create. That's the motto of an artist. You destroy something, then you can recreate it, and then you destroy it, you can recreate it. It's push and pull. Darker color now. Yeah. This is a darker blue-ish. Not that dark. A bit. Kind of like your sleep. Is that the same method when you work on paper? Technically yes, because when I'm working on paper, I only have the one pencil that I work with. But the difference is that everything gets colored all at once with a light color, and then I go back and map out all of my shadows, right? And then I fill in those shadows, and when I do that, I have two separate tones. So there's my main tone, which is the one I put down, then there's my shadow tone. And then there's the rest of the shadows, which are the sharp shadows, the soft shadows, the darker shadows. And then when that's done, I add in the light. Aside from improvement, you're probably returning to this piece to manifest luck for tomorrow. Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. I want luck for tomorrow because I've had bad luck this whole last week. So I'm hoping like I get lucky with Shu and I don't have to buy her outright with the hard pity. Yikes, hard pity. I don't know if they changed the hard pity yet. I think that comes later. Yeah, did the hard pity get dipped down to 250 for this one, or is it later on? Over everything? Okay. Alright, so her hair has multiple colors and her horn has multiple colors. Excuse me, horns. Plural. So I'm gonna go over those and add those in. These are not shadows, they're just colors. Like, what do you mean by hard pity? Yes, that's what I mean, the spark. The 300 spark, that's the hard pity for me. Dharma says, you only have 12 color pencils, so you can't do much. Well, that's actually not true. I can demonstrate by that. Hold on. Let me pull up something else. Let's go to this. Let's pretend this is my color pencil. Let's say I had a red pencil, right? So I'm gonna scratch on my red pencil. Pretty light, right? However, if I go back and press a bit harder, I get a different color. Then I go back, press harder again, I get a deeper color. And I go back and I press harder even so, I get a darker color. Even if you have 12 color pencils, I had several separate effects just from that one pencil. It really all about control. Look, I had like I had a light spot, I had a darker spot, I had a slightly darker spot, and I had a really dark color spot. And with, let's say, I choose, I don't know. Let's say I choose my purple pencil now. I can go back on my purple pencil and just color that on that. And I made like a different color shadow. Well, an interesting shadow color, I should say. I can go as dark as I want on that. It really is about blending and knowing how to use your tools rather than being limited by them. Committed to the reduction for older units will be implemented in the W-Alter banner as well as the separate 300 limited unit guarantee. Dang. Yeah, alright. So I have to wait until later. Seems kind of bluish. Yeah, that's the point. It's a blending of purple and red to make a bluish color, which makes for an interesting shadow if you're like painting something. When it comes to like shading, you don't want to go completely like black or gray and stuff, because in real life there are certain shadows that are actually colors, and those colors are created by reflected light. So let's say you were standing in front of a red curtain and the light is hitting you, so you're casting a shadow on the red curtain, but the red curtain is also reflecting off of you, so there's red shadows on you, and there's like perhaps your clothing colors on the red curtain. So you don't want to always use gray or black for your shadows for that reason alone, because in real life it doesn't look that way. Okay, so I'm just gonna take a look at what I've done so far. I'm gonna lighten up her skin tone through rendering. I'm gonna keep some of this gray as shadows, and I'll show you what I mean. I'll go back to my ETF. I'm also gonna lock this. So I'm gonna kind of work a little bit backwards. I'll show you what I mean. So there's light here and here. I'm gonna create light going this way. Because I realize parts of her are paler than expected, so I'm gonna paint that in. Welcome back, Albedo. I don't want to go too white because that can actually like hinder me later on. I just want to introduce some colors back in, some light back in. Meditatsu, you might look back to this stream later just in case you need to review. You can look back at this stream and the one that says Siren, Grayscale, and Painting, because I think that one has way more detail, but it's a bit more high tier, so I don't know. To each their own discretion. Beto, you had to fix your Twitch real fast so the bot doesn't bother you. Ah, I see. Bothersome. You're welcome. Wait, you'll post your work so far before on Discord so you can give me a suggestion. Okay, I will look at that in a moment. I just want to keep track of what I'm doing here. Slider. I want light on this side. Here. I want light on this side as well. But not too much. I don't want too much light around here because of all the decorations here. They're going to create a lot of shadows. Well, maybe not too much, depending on how I do it. But I don't want to create too much noise around there. Excuse me. I mean, light's going to hit here either way because it's for chests, but I still want to create the appropriate amount of shadow. Excuse me. Also, Dharma, when you post to the critique corner, you have to make a thread to keep everything organized. Because I don't know... Also, you need to say what you're looking to be critiqued. You just posted some pictures and I don't know why. You post your work, you should give you a suggestion. Yeah, in the critique corner, I've pinned the rule of the threads, how to use that specific panel. How to color. Oh, you want to know how to color? I'm looking at your work, Dharma. You seem to have some knowledge of what you're doing, but there's certain things that can be better. Yeah, they do look kind of nice. The shadow is where you put them, but the combination. I think you just need more color. Sorry, more shadows. I will demonstrate in a moment. Because as you can see, like I have two different colors on the skin now. Because I'm marking where I want the shadows to be. I also want to... Oof. I just want to be like a certain degree of neatness. and accuracy. Also, comment in the thread that I made for the thing. That's the thing. I'm going to say this once, maybe a few more times, but if you want your stuff to be critiqued, you have to create a thread. Because I showed an example as the first post on how to make a thread. I also put a pin on how to do it. It's under pinned messages. Because if your messages are all over the place, I can't find what you're talking about. And if that happens, I'm gonna have to delete everything. I just want to keep everything organized so I can help you out. And for me to do that, you need to keep things organized too. Okay? I know that seems too much to ask, but you gotta learn how to use Discord properly for me to further help you along. Alright, back to this. Why you want... I understand light up here. Yeah, I'd light up to here, but... That's one tone. I'm gonna put another tone. Actually, let me just lock all of these. So I can just save some time. Go over here. And I'm gonna do that. Add the shadow here. And with this one, shadow map up here. Oops, this is the wrong color. So you're gonna eat dinner for a moment, so BRB. Okay. Enjoy your food. Here. See, it's two-toned. Hold on. Let me make sure I got that right. I may have to add that a bit later, actually. Because it may interfere with the rendering part that I'm trying to do. Now that I think about it, yeah, it might interfere with that aspect. So the way I'm going to shade this hair is going to be in a way I don't want to like quite emulate the anime style, which is like shadows in like certain parts of the hair. I'm going to shade this in a much more realistic way, which is essentially the ends of the hair are in shadow and parts of the top of the hair in shadow, and it's gonna have highlights across. So I'm gonna keep in mind her base color, which I should not erase. And the highlights of her hair, which are blue and yellow, that's gonna get added later anyway. So I'm just gonna put in the shadows and then put in the light. So I want to start. What was it? Sorry, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. Yeah, I want to mark it. That's what I want to do. Let's see. Also thinking about what's getting pulled into the light and what's not. That's why I'm taking my time here. Things. Sorry, Sarah, you don't know how to use Discord properly. Yeah, it's a bit difficult at first, but I did leave instructions on how to do it. So there are icons in Discord that there's one that looks like a spool of thread. There's one that looks like a pin. That one that looks like a bell. And there's one that looks like people. So that can tell you what those mean. You can even like click what I wrote here. It says example of a critique request. See all threads. So what I did, maybe I can just show you how I did it. I gotta transition my stuff. Switch here for a second, temporarily. Okay. You can't really see if I do that. I'm gonna do it like this. So let's say I want to make a new thread. I go to this plus sign right here. You click that. And it says create a thread. You can even see the little spool there. I click that. And it's gonna ask me what to name the thread. I'm just gonna click it. And I can choose whether this is a public thread or a private thread. I'm not going to make it private because that's just a choice. So and then I'm gonna click in the enter a message section. I'm gonna say hello, this is a new thread. And then I'm gonna click enter. And that created a new thread. I can also go, yeah, as you can see, like when you make a new thread, it makes this little box here. I can go back here and click the plus sign again, and I can upload a picture if I wanted to. And that's how you do it. I'm gonna also delete this because I don't need it anymore. Delete it. Yep. That way, when you, let's say, go into a thread, you can see everything that's being said there, everything that's being hosted there. And it's all localized in that thread. It's not getting scattered everywhere. Because context is important when it comes to critiquing someone. That, and that's it. There's your Discord lesson. Right. Ones need a special shading. Actually, I shouldn't rotate this. When is Shu released again for English? That's... I believe it's tomorrow. Yeah, it's July 31st is when her banner starts. So, I believe this is one of those mandatory updates. Don't use the recruit slots at the point of the maintenance, because that's gonna get reset. It's gonna get a force reset because I believe this update includes they're adding new characters to the recruitment slots. So just be mindful of that. So don't use it right before. What else is there? Take care of your base before then. Put people to sleep. Put people to work. um, get anything out of the way first because you won't be able to log in. For me personally, tomorrow I won't be able to log in 1 p.m. Eastern time. Eastern Standard Time, excuse me. So wherever you're based off of, just use the Arknights official news UTC the time, and then calculate for that. Yes, the recruitment slot. You know how you can go to that. Sorry, let me start again. On the main page, there is a section that says recruit and headhunting. Recruit is how you get characters for free, but it's up to 9 hours. Sorry you're not using your headphones. And how are you listening to me? I'm trying to explain something to you and you're not even listening. Just write this. Yes, just like that, Dharma. That's perfect. You can listen with speaker? Okay. Just like that, Dharma. Thank you. Thank you for adding the thread properly. So, the shoe event will start tomorrow. I don't know what time it'll start for you guys, but it's often at, what was it said? 10 UTC. 10 a.m. UTC, which to me is the afternoon. And it's going to last until August 28th, but the banner won't last that long. I believe the banner only lasts about 3 weeks, I think. You're welcome, Dharma. Oh yes, if you're watching this on YouTube, please like the stream. It helps me a lot. It helps me grow for those who are curious as to why I don't have more subscribers than I do. It's because I'm not seen. Oh, I should mention one more thing. I'm gonna stay a bit later than usual because I'm expecting a package. So I don't want to leave my home and just miss it. So I'm gonna stay here for a bit. But if I do have to excuse myself, you'll know why. I'm saying this now because this could happen in about an hour. So around 12-ish. I'm just gonna stay a bit longer and look out for my package that's supposedly being delivered today. Shadow from the Horn. looks about right. Okay, and I'm gonna cover up most of her hair. I'm gonna add a shadow right here. Okay. Instead of indicating my likeness, I'll use like for bookmarking this video. You can like it, you can save to playlists. I believe there's that option. I don't know if that's available yet. I don't know how that works for live streams. If you can save this to watch later. That would be a little interesting if you could. But thank you. Thank you. As you can see, I put in a shadow map for the hair, and I'm going back and filling in the rest. Because I wanted to see if I did that right. I'm also going to be careful with my strokes here. I don't want to add too much shadow just yet. Yeah, you can watch it later. That's like the great thing about YouTube. You can just watch this live stream later or whenever you want. Unfortunately for Twitch, you can only watch it for like a week. This is me going over some spots that I want to add more shadow to. Actually, what I should do is use my other brush. I'm gonna smudge it. Okay. As for the light, well, actually, I'll add the light in a moment. I just want to keep going with the rendering. Yeah. I don't want to jump the gun too soon. So for this, I'll follow the shape of the horn. This is what I mean by shadow mapping. You're essentially drawing a line where the shadow should go. And depending on the intensity of the shadow, the line is either really soft or really sharp. And I think her horn is supposed to be very smooth. So this may get blurred as it goes more upward, as opposed to down here where it would just be casting a starker shadow. I'm gonna make this part as sharp as possible, and as it goes upward, you'll get a lot more softer. See, if I was doing this with a pencil, I would just be switching between the point of the pencil and the side of the pencil. That's how you get that effect with a charcoal pencil, graphite, and color pencils. Also with pastels, it really is how you hold it and how you strike the paper. Am I going for black and white? Well, for now, I am. I'm gonna bring color into her. This is just a grayscale. A grayscale means that I am figuring out the tone of her colors first before I add the actual colors. This is how you learn how to render before you actually like just skip this process entirely. If you want to, I don't think I want to because I need to keep practicing it. There are people who start this way and then they just like disregard it because they gotten all the information they wanted out of it. There are still people who use it to this day because they feel that it's the best way to render anything because it gives them an effect that just straight colors don't. And I just say that for digital painting specifically. This is not really the same rule for pencil and paper. For pencil and paper, charcoal drawing will always be a charcoal drawing. You can't do anything to that. But for for traditional painting, it's essentially like you put down what you want and then you go over it with the colors based on how you know how to use your brush and how you understand the colors you want to drop down. But painters learn how to do the charcoal stuff first before they move on to the painting. Trying to get the side of this to work. So this is a hard shadow because it's being cast in such a way that the plane is changing. Okay, now we're gonna move on to our necklace, which is pretty straightforward, thankfully, because it's mostly blocks. Oh, hold on, I got a message. I need to check this. Oh, okay. So the package got delivered, so I guess that's the end of that. Oh well. I still want to stay until I finish her. Which is not even remotely close. But I just wanted to get to that point where I can just finish the grayscale so you can understand how I render. Sometimes it changes and sometimes it doesn't. It really is based on like what I'm going for. It's also going to be very messy, but art is often messy. Everything becomes sloppy until it's not. Okay, so this is my two tones. It's just base and her actual shadows. So now I'm going to add more details, which is more shadows. And what that means is that what I place down is the main shadow. It's just like what it is. It is what it is. That's the shadow you see. But then there are extra shadows. There are, it's a cast shadow, I believe. Hold on, I believe that's incorrect. The cast shadow is essentially what this is over here. This is a stark shadow. Oh, why is it escaping me at this point? So, maybe if I demonstrate, it'll come back to me. There is a shadow that reflects into another shadow and then into itself. I believe it's called a... Well, if you're in the art sphere, some people call it a core shadow, and essentially it, if I were to draw it here, it looks like that. But that's not what it's actually called. Also, that's not where it goes. You see this a lot in some animes where they just put this line all across the person, which isn't correct, because that's not how that shadow would work. It would work in like places like, let's say here, and the reason it works here because this is in shadow and this is in shadow, and this would be reflecting this way. So it's reflecting another shadow into here. And to a degree, you get a cast shadow here. Yeah, I am right. This is a core shadow. Yeah, it came back to me. Sorry. It just came back to me. Do I want to end the stream? No, not yet. Not yet. I thought I had to go longer in the stream because I was expecting a package, but I got a message saying that I don't have to wait that long. So I'm going to keep going up until 12 p.m. or just until I finish her. So I'm gonna be here for a bit, so don't worry. But I want to finish in a timely manner because I need to go to the grocery store and get some ingredients for dinner. I also need to get lunch. I have errands to run, basically. I thought I had to do that later because of the package thing. But I don't have to worry about that. So anyway, so yeah, I was right. This is the name of this is a core shadow. It bounces off another shadow to create this darker one. And it's only in spots where two shadows are somewhat close to each other in like a... Let's imagine a corner, right? Imagine a corner where the shadows would be bouncing off each other, so it creates another shadow on that. The shadow down here is a cast shadow created by her head, specifically her chin. So it hits here and then goes back up. It's usually just a strong, sharp shadow. I'll make this sharp. I know there are artists that make this as light as possible, but that's their own choice. I'm also going to blend it in so it's not too harsh. I'm also going to fix it down here. Okay. I forgot a spot here, which is her nose. This is supposed to be a shadow here. So when I say cast shadow, I essentially mean a very sharp edged shadow being cast from its source. So here, for example, this is a cast shadow. It's strong because it's going straight from the source, and the source is rather sharp in a... I'll say sharp. It's solid. That's what I should say. It's solid in its shape. So because this is like a cylinder, it kind of makes a straight line down, and then it kind of curves out. What's with the faces, Albedo? So, shadows that are close to its source is called a cast shadow. So you can see that in, let's say, on noses, on chins, like I said over here, like chin to neck, or this necklace can create a cast shadow. If I were to do it like, oh, let's go this way. Where'd my shadow go? Gotta go this way. That creates a strong shadow. Then go this way. It has to follow the shape it's emulating. Don't worry about it. Okay. Of course, you have to follow your light source, and my light source is around here because I made this part the lightest side. And that's something you have to think about when you make, when you put shadows on your own drawings. You have to consider where the light is coming from for the shadows to show up. Because I put the light here, all my shadows are on this side. It's gonna be on this side of her face. I mean, her entire portrait. Unless there is an exception to the rule where even if light is coming this way, there's sometimes there's gonna be light coming that way. There's gonna be light hitting the top of her head. There's gonna be light hitting here, here, because light is bouncing off of everything. It's going to be bouncing off of every surface, regardless of how soft or hard it is. It's going to be coming from, sometimes it comes from different directions, but there's a primary direction. To me, it's the right side and the top, and a bit down here. But also, there's going to be a light for me coming this way. And technically, I kind of like flipped her around, so that makes a bit more sense. Where was I? Alright, I'm right here. You can also kind of like shortcut this, especially since you can see this cast shadows going over here. So you can just basically blend this shadow and this shadow into one and just make this dark spot right here. Also, one more thing. When you're creating a cast shadow, you have to consider the surface in which that shadow is hitting. So what I just did right here, I just realized the square shadow is hitting the cylinder of a neck. So it's gonna hit the side here and bend out. You have to consider that too when you make a shadow of on a surface. Also, core shadows tend to like soften out the more it goes into another shadow and the more it goes into the light. That's why I want to blend this out a little bit, but not too much because I just realized I'm kind of erasing it. Okay, I'm gonna also... And I kept all these locked, but I'm kind of like... Well, I'm gonna keep the skin as is. I'm gonna move on to the whites of her eyes. I know there's like a medical version of it, but Dharma here doesn't have a good grasp of English, so I'm not going to use scientific terms in that regard. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to airbrush this so that the whites of her eyes aren't so white. Because realistically, the whites of your eyes are not completely white. Sometimes they're... Well, it depends on your health, actually. Sometimes they're red, sometimes they're yellow, sometimes they're kind of bluish. It also depends how light is hitting the whites of your eye. There's also soft shadows in the whites of your eye being cast by your eyelids. Of course, you don't want to overdo it. I just realized I overdid it here. That's why I had to erase some of it. Because the one aspect of your eye is your tear duct. It is almost always shiny because it has to be. If it's it's not shiny, you probably have dry eye. Hold on. Good. Fill this in. That in. I'm gonna lighten. I'm gonna put in a highlight in the pupil here. which I have to blend out. Oh, for those who seem to love the blending tool or the blur tool, I understand how fun it is to use it, but overusing it is also detrimental to your work. You don't want everything to be soft, and you don't want everything to be blended out because you're going to be either erasing all the work you put in or you're going to make a misread. So one thing that I've learned from other artists, particularly Japanese artists, is that when they use the blending tool, they either start on the edge of their color they're blending or the middle of it. And then they use certain strokes to get the effect they want. So I've seen people like do this and it weakens the color a bit. Or they go through the edge and it just pushes everything out. Which is what I was going for. The blending tool is made for, well, it's made for blending, that's why it's called that. So you need to know how to manipulate the color you want in that regard. And there are people who hate the blending tool mostly because they don't understand how it works, or it doesn't, or they haven't adjusted it to get the effect they want. Pardon. Let's see. I don't. Right, let's move on to the hair. There's not much you can do with the eyes. Awesome, thank you. Oh, here. So this is the part where you have to be extra careful. This is the hair. You don't want your darker shadows for the hair to be too dark, otherwise you're going to get a bad read. Same with the highlights, you don't want it to be too bright, otherwise it's going to look very strange. So I'm going to be very careful with my darker shadow here, especially since, oops, I didn't mean to do that. Especially since it's going to be at the end. As you can see, there's a transition in shadow. You see it dark to not so dark and then into the actual color of the hair. Oh, and one more thing, this dark part, it's usually not that predominant, by which I mean it's not seen in a lot of hair lighting unless the hair is dark. So the darker the hair color, the more you'll see that shadow. Because, of course, like, if you have black hair, you almost see that all the time. But even black hair isn't truly, you know, isn't truly all that black unless it's... I've seen hair that's been dyed so dark that it becomes a different color. So even black hair can be so dark it becomes blue. A very dark, like, night sky type of blue. add some shadow here. And a little bit here. Oop. Actually, yeah. I don't want these dark shadows to go all the way up. I know that's tempting, but when you think about it, okay, so for example, Shu's hair is mostly white, but she has highlights of what appears to be gold and blue, but the hair over here would be white. The reason why you don't want to put this in a dark color is because this is essentially reflecting the color onto her skin, which her skin is reflecting that back. What that means is that this stays white, essentially. And that's just how the light is. Because light bounces off the color white, it's gonna stay white, even back here. Even if it's bouncing off of her own skin. So this stays as close to white as possible. It's still a little, it's just a dimmer version of white, but just not dark. The same, I'm gonna like readjust this because of what I just said. Only certain aspects, like here, I'm just gonna leave it in the dark shadow because it's being slightly hidden by the strand of hair here. If you've ever seen cosplayers, you'll understand what I mean. Like, I can vividly recall a cosplayer who had, like, a pink wig, and the way that the wig reflects off the back of her neck, her neck looks kind of pinkish. So, yeah, when it comes to bright colors like that, you don't want the back of the neck to be, like, not quite the same color as the hair, but you don't want the hair itself to be just in a really dark shadow. That's why I'm going back. I'm putting this back in. And the reason why I like to use this ETF brush is because it can blend as I go. That way I can just save a bit of time rather than using the blending tool, which I could go back and use if I wanted to. Like that, but it kind of, it loses the texture when I do that. Excuse me. Okay, I'm gonna... So, this is the reason why I didn't make her hair completely white, because she actually does have white highlights on her hair. Her hair looks white, but it's more close to like a very light gray. And because of that, I can just drop in a white color here. I see that the her creator put some pinkish highlights in her hair, but I'm not quite sure as to why, so I'm gonna leave that out for the moment. until I figure that out. Okay, and got it. I want to blend something. Find it. Yeah, this one has texture. Just want to pull these shadows a bit higher. Without my brush strokes getting lost, essentially. Back. Hold on. This color's not right. There we go. Yeah, I want to keep that. I'm also going to, yeah, let's close that shape. And what I mean by close that shape, I'm essentially, I want this to be its own plane, and I want this to be its own plane, because that's how hair kind of is in real life. I want to make this as close to realistic as possible. I can do a bit more. But I may have to paint over my line work in order to do more. Yeah, I think that's what I have to do. So, let me see how much time I have left. I have 15 minutes left. Let me think what I can do. Let's see. So I'm going to duplicate this. Actually, hold on. Before I do that, let's change the color of the line art a little bit. It's a little bit lighter. Because I'm going to be doing a lot of blending. Do one more thing. Some adjustments. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with this. Because I'm gonna duplicate that. You hope you can draw like this. It does take a long time, and I'm gonna be honest with you. When I started doing this, I was a slow learner, and that's what frustrated me a lot. So I got upset a lot that I wasn't learning fast enough. But then, because I was so slow, I stuck to it, and I eventually got faster and faster and faster. And that's, to a degree, really did help me. Just not giving up on myself, just wanting to pursue a certain level of greatness. And because of that, I was able to get to this level of of drawing. But even where I stand now, I still don't think I'm good enough. I know I have room for improvement. That's why I'm still practicing, still studying, still doing these type of things. I know I have some weak spots in certain places, which is why I study a lot, especially off stream. And you probably won't see those. I don't know if you'll be interested in seeing those, but I do hope further, sometime in the future, maybe the near future or the far future, I can go back to my study streams, because I had those for a little bit and then I just kind of like shelved it for a bit. My study streams are essentially where I don't talk and I just draw, because I'm focusing on what to draw. So if you're interested in seeing that, let me know in the Discord or somewhere on YouTube. It'll just be mostly silent. I won't turn off the mic. I just won't be talking as much. I'm just gonna be drawing, and you can be drawing with me. You can be studying with me. You can be looking at how I make decisions. And if you don't understand what I'm doing, I can explain it to you in the best way that I could. Because what I learn offline, specifically on pencil and paper, is what I do on the on here. Yeah, that's great. Thank you. I'm glad at least one person appreciates that. I do have a playlist that says it's called In the Atelier. That's my study streams. So you can take a look at it on my YouTube. It's called In the Atelier. I haven't done those type of streams in a long time, mostly because I'm doing this. I'm doing Arknights stuff. I also didn't want to. I guess in a way I didn't want to bore other people with my progress. But now there are people who are watching. I guess there are some people who are interested in that. Appreciation beam! Okay, so this next part, I'm gonna show you how I'm just gonna be manipulating everything. I will double window this, because I'll close this here. Because I'm not gonna be relying on the style stuff here. I know I don't have a second channel. It's on this channel. It's a playlist. Go to my channel. You see on the tab it says home video, shorts, lives, and playlist. And if you click playlist tab, it shows you the list of playlists. And the one that I'm talking about is called. Here, the Atelier. And that's the streams in which I did I think it was either called Draw With Me or Study With Me. I don't quite remember how I named it. But that's what I did all those years, oh my gosh. A while back. It's just 7 videos. Yeah, I called it Study with Seraphinae, basically. That's what it's called. It's only some of these are a year old. Some of these are only a few months old. Maybe I should just like post it here as well. There's the playlist. Last time I did this was about 2 months ago, and I was drawing the torso. Yeah. So back then I did study streams when I couldn't think about what to draw creatively. So I just did that for a bit, and then I got back into the groove of things. Studying is what I do when I have an art block, essentially, is what I mean. Whenever I have an art block, I just go back to studying. Yeah, you'll check it out later? Thank you. I'm gonna shrink the side. I'm gonna be focusing on this side. Make sure I have the right paintbrush. I do. Okay. This part here is just me using the two tools. It's the eyedropper tool, which I'm grabbing color, and it's my brush. That's it. That's all I'm going to be using for this part, because I'm going to be manipulating all the shapes and such. I actually do need a darker color. I need black. I need black just right there, and a little bit here. You know, maybe next time when I come back, I'll just do another study stream, because, to be honest, I don't know what to draw next. Norma says, sometimes when you try to paint, you don't know what color you should use. Yeah, that makes sense. That's why using a grayscale kind of would help. Because when you use a grayscale, you're just working with shadows. And when you work with shadows, you'll understand what colors you'll use, because you'll understand how you lay down your shadows. Mr. Bro says, Cruz with open eyes. I'm not drawing nightmare fuel. What? Oh, he spelled it wrong. It's not cross. It's spelled like this. It's Kroos. It's pronounced Cruz. While it's pronounced Cruz, it means cross because she uses a crossbow. He's talking about a famous character in Arknights. She's a 3. Well, you get her as a 3-star. She is a rabbit girl who uses a crossbow. And for a 3-star, she was one of the strongest characters in the game, especially when you start out. But the main thing is that you only see her with her eyes closed. Which is strange because she's a sniper. No, I can probably link what she looks like. I can't find my tabs. The whole reason 3-star can't be because you E2 her. Well, that's why you get her ult. So, Dharma, this is what Mr. Brill means. That's what Cruz is. And then they gave her a different version, which is called Cruz the Keen Glint. And as you can see, her eyes are still closed. And the joke is that she doesn't open her eyes at all, despite being a sniper. Wait, hold on. Oh, so her name is Cruz, who is a sniper that can shoot with eyes closed. Yes, she can. She is that talented, I guess. I think her eyes are closed is because she doesn't... I think she squints a lot. Like, she's squinting. And that's the reason why her eyes are closed. And when she squints, she gets like a really good focus on people. I think that's why she squints. But that's just my guess. How is that even possible? She's that good. She's very good. When I say that she was one, she still is. She is still one of the strongest 3-star characters in the game because of her talent. She has a random chance of shooting something really hard. And that's been true for a long time. Well, this is before all the other stuff came out, but all those years back, when you get the 4-star Jessica, Cruz is often more stronger than Jessica, even though Jessica should be stronger than her. They both do the same thing, except Jessica has an extra skill that makes her invisible, which almost nobody uses except for big brainers. You know, someday I hope to get to a level where I'm able to paint everything in one go instead of just lining everything. But I think I just like drawing too much. Much here. Now you wonder how her eyes look like. I don't wonder if anybody did that. Oh, actually, someone posted a picture of her eyes open. Yeah, her eyes are green. Let me see if I can get this to show up for you guys. Oh wait, hold on, I have to shrink it so I can see. Whoops. Man, this mouse. Come on, work with me. Eyes are green. Oh. Nope. There we go. There it is. Her eyes are green. Sarah, you want to stay, but it's midnight at your place. Okay then. Good night, Dharma. Actually, it's 12 o'clock here. I kind of want to stop soon as well. She is very cute. That's why I like her. Well, that's not the only reason why I like her. I like her because she's really good. Greatest starter pack. Go back here. So I want to keep going, but I kind of want to like just stop for the moment. I'm gonna keep working on this, but yeah, thank you. I should take it easy. I want to keep working on this, but I want to do the errands I need to do, clean up my home a bit, and then come back to this. So I'm going to be working on this offline. I will also color it, and I want to also turn this into a time-lapse video, which I will upload to YouTube for later. Yeah, whatever I decide. Yeah, so, I'm going to excuse me, let me start again. I'm going to call it here. And I will see you guys on Thursday? Yes, I'll be back on Thursday and Friday, and I don't know about Saturday. I don't think I have plans on Saturday, but if I don't, I may start a stream that day too. Excuse me. So with that being said, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, thank you for joining in the chat. If you made it this far into the stream on YouTube, you can leave a comment, maybe on construction criticism, on advice. Have a good day. Yes, good day for me, but good night for you. So good night, Dharma. If you don't know what to say in the comment section, you can leave a dragon, or you can leave a what's it called? A 4-leaf clover, that's what it's called, because I want good luck for this banner. I really want Shu. Really want her to show up for me. And I really want her to show up for you guys too who play Arknights. So with that being said, good luck to you for tomorrow on your polls, and I'll see you guys on Thursday. Till then, stay safe and take care.